Hi, hello, good morning. This is Maruti Prasad Satluru. Welcome to Unacademy YouTube channel, all of you. All of you, welcome to Unacademy YouTube channel. Hi, hello, good morning. This is Maruti. If you are a subscriber, then it is okay. Otherwise, you have to subscribe now. And you have to subscribe the YouTube channel as well as you have to subscribe the plus subscription also. Okay, it is very important to you. There are so many number of benefits to you. And see, yeah, right. Yeah, Usha, good morning. Very good morning, Usha. See, if you are a subscriber, then there is no problem at all. But if you are not taking any subscription for Plus course, you have to take the subscription immediately, right? It will be very helpful to you. I'm sure definitely will have some benefit for taking the Plus subscription. See here, the premium content at affordable price, you know very well. And after that, right. And after structured live courses will also be there, and dedicated live doubt clearing sessions are also will be going on. After completion of the content, you will have a doubt clearing session. Full crystal clear doubt clearing session will also be there. Okay. And regular intervals, with regular intervals, quizzes are also be going on for getting self analysis, right? And there are so many number of batches are there for complete preparation, and full length mock tests are also will be going on for complete analysis. Single subscription for unlimited access, right? Very good. Everything under a single plus subscription, you know very well. And see, if you want to take the subscription, please use my code, that is Maruti Live. It is Maruti Live. And you know, 20 plus top educators are there, 10 plus batches are also there, 250 plus courses have been saved, and 2000 plus lessons are also been there, right? Good. And see, if you take the plus subscription, if you want to take the plus subscription for 2021 aspirants, Unacademy is giving two different types of plans to you. Out of which one is 12-month plan, second one is 6 months plan. 12-month plan is for 12,375 and 6 months plan is for 10,125. It is approximately 1,600 and it is approximately 1,000 rupees. And we will cover the entire syllabus within 6 months, no doubt about it. Okay. After that, so many number of comprehensive batches are also going on for PCM and for PCB also. Physics, chemistry, biology and physics, chemistry, mathematics. Right, very good. And see, you can learn from the best for TS and AP EAMCET 2021, out of which I am also one of them. This is mine, Maruti Prasad. Yeah, right. See, coming to our important concepts for chemical equilibrium, we have already discussed two important parts. Part 1 is over, part 2 is also over. So types of chemical reactions are already over. These are the important concepts we have already been covered, right? Important characteristics of chemical equilibrium also we have been covered, right? And coming to our next important concept, that is laws of mass action. Very important, it is very important and very useful also. Laws of mass action. See here, what is meant by laws of mass action? What is it? See, the rate of the chemical reaction. If you take a chemical reaction like A plus B gives rise to products. If you take a chemical reaction like A plus B gives rise to products like this. This particular reaction, in which the rate of this particular reaction at a constant temperature. See, this is one important question for us. At constant temperature, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the product of the product, means multiplication of the active masses of the reactants at any given time. This is most important concept for us. See, suppose if I am taking A plus B gives rise to products. Of course, it is a single reaction, that is forward reaction. For this type of reaction, yes, but there is so many uses are there. But there is so many number of uses are there. Better to change your username. Better to change your name. What's your name? Anyway, see here. Yeah, 12,000. 12,000 is not a. It is approximately 1,000 rupees per month. It's not a big issue. It's not a big issue. Anyway, it is very benefit for you. Once you are taking the subscription, it is very benefit for you, right? Thank you very much. Please listen carefully. Don't waste the time. Right? A plus B gives rise to products. Suppose if you take this type of equations, A plus B gives rise to some products. For this, if you apply the law of mass action, very important. What is the meaning of law of mass action? If you take a particular reaction like A plus B gives rise to products like C, then the rate of this particular reaction is only depends on the reactants but not the products. The rate of the reaction is only depends on the reactants but not products. This is the most important condition for the laws of mass action, right? See, what is the dependence? How the rate will depends? If you observe the rate, it only directly proportional to Mia Bhai. Yeah, hi Mia Bhai. Good evening, good morning. Welcome to Unacademy YouTube channel. And please subscribe the YouTube channel first. Then you will get notifications. And basing on this, and you listen the special classes also. Definitely, yeah, right. Listen the Mia Bhai. Hi. After completion of the listening of the special classes, then you choose whether you take the subscription or not. Then you choose. Okay, right. Yes, anyway, it's a time waste process. Anyway, please listen. The rate is completely directly proportional to the reactants only, the concentration of the reactant. See, what are the reactants here? A is one of the reactants, B is another reactant. So the concentration of the reactant of A and concentration of the reactant of B. So the rate is directly proportional to the concentration of A as well as concentration of B. The product of these two reactants is depends by the rate. So the rate is depends on the concentration of A as well as concentration of B. This is the complete description about the laws of mass action. See, it is the product of, product means multiplication of the active masses. That means active masses means, suppose if you are taking like this, X moles of A and Y moles of B gives rise to products. If you are taking like this, what is active mass here? The rate is directly proportional to the concentration of A to the power of X. That is active mass. Why we are saying that it is to the power of X? Because here how many number of A's are there? X moles of A are there. That means concentration of A into concentration of A into concentration of A into up to X times. In the same way, B is also like that. So A into A into A into up to X times means A to the power of X. In the same way, B into B into B into up to the Y times. That means B to the power of Y. So the rate is directly proportional to the product of the reactants of its active masses. That is most important. So active mass is most important for us, right? Good. See here, rate R is directly proportional to A to the power of 1 into the B to the power of 1. Why? Because we are taking 1 mole of A and 1 mole of B. If you are taking X moles of A and Y moles of B, then you can write the same rate lies like this. Rate is proportional to A power X into B to the power of Y. Suppose if you are taking the equal, it is directly proportional. If you are taking the equal, you have to place one equilibrium constant, that is K. It is called as rate constant. It is called as rate constant. What? Because it is in textbook. It's a time waste process. Yeah, hi Devendra Reddy. Hi, good morning. So rate R is equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B, right? Good. Coming to the next important one. Equilibrium constant. What is meant by equilibrium constant? K. You know very well, it is called as rate constant K. It is called as rate constant. Okay. R rate is equal to K into concentration of A into concentration of B. That is our important equation. It is called as laws of mass action, right? It is called as laws of mass action. So this K is called as rate constant. But suppose if you say about this rate constant with respect to concentrations, then we can say that it is equilibrium constant. See, with respect to concentration, equilibrium concentration. What is meant by equilibrium constant? How can you find out the equilibrium constant? There is a small important concept. How can you find out? There is a small concept. See here, the ratio of rate constant for forward as well as backward reactions. That is called as equilibrium constant. The ratio of rate constant of forward as well as backward reactions. The rate of forward reaction is Kf and rate of backward reaction is Kb. Rate of forward reaction is Kf and rate of backward reaction is Kb. Okay, right? Then how are you, Devendra Reddy? How are you? Devendra Reddy, how are you? Right, very good. See, Kf is the rate of forward reaction, Kb is the rate of backward reaction. Okay, I am taking a reaction like XX plus YY reversible gives rise to MM plus N. Okay, I am taking this type of chemical reaction. For this, I am observing the rate of forward and rate of backward. Rate of forward means, see here, just now we have discussed Kf into x to the power of x into y to the power of y. Why? Because the rate of forward reactions only depends on the concentrations, active mass, the product of the active masses of the reactants only. So x to the power of x into y to the power of y. In the same way, if you are observing the backward reaction, that is Rb equals to Kb into m power m into n to the power of n. M to the power of m into n to the power of n. But at equilibrium, you know very well, at equilibrium there is a small condition. Already you have read, already you have listened the entire characteristics of the equilibrium. What are the characteristics of equilibrium? At equilibrium, the rate of forward reaction is equal to the rate of backward reaction, right? So at equilibrium, Rf is equal to Rb. Rf is equal to Rb, right? Good. So Kf into x power x into y power is equal to this one. So whenever you are saying that at equilibrium, both the rates of forward reaction as well as backward reaction are one and same, then you can guess this Kf into x power x into y power is equal to Kb into m power m into n to the power of n. Now just to calculate the Kf by Kb. Kf by Kb. If you calculate the Kf by Kb, then you will get a constant, that is equilibrium constant K. Equilibrium constant K with respect to concentrations only. With respect to concentration. So see here, this K is equal to m to the power of m into n to the power of n by x to the power of x into y to the power of y. That's all. Very simple it is. So it is called as Kc. So there are two different types of equilibrium constants we have. One is Kc and the second one is Kp. One is Kc, second one is Kp. Kc means it is equilibrium constant. Equilibrium constant with respect to concentration. With respect to concentration. Kp means it is also equilibrium constant, but with respect to pressure. With respect to pressure. So it is equilibrium constant with respect to concentration. It is equilibrium constant with respect to pressure. So how do you calculate? What is the formula to calculate the Kc and what is the formula to calculate the Kp? Just observe it. Kc means this one with respect to concentration. That means concentration of m to the power of m into n to the power of n whole by x to the power of x into y to the power of y. Okay, this is the formula to calculate the Kc. And what about Kp? It is Pm to the power of m into Pn to the power of n whole by Px to the power of x into Py to the power of y. So what is Pm, Pn, Px, Py means? They are all belongs to partial pressures. They are all belongs to partial pressures. They are all belongs to partial pressures. So basing on the part, if you know the partial pressures, you can easily calculate the Kp value. Kp means it is equilibrium constant with respect to pressure. Okay, and see, there is a small relation between Kp and Kc. There is a small relation between Kp and Kc. Before we are starting the relation between Kp and Kc, you have to know the units for the equilibrium constant of Kc as well as Kp. Kc means you know very well it is the equilibrium constant with respect to concentration. Kp means it is also the equilibrium constant with respect to pressure, right? So concentration means moles per liter is the unit. Pressure means that is atmosphere. But you have to consider the delta n value here. Moles per liter whole to the power of delta n. Atmosphere to the power of delta n for the unit of Kc as well as Kp. Okay, right. See here, what is meant by delta n here? Delta n is nothing but equals to the change in the number of moles of the products as well as reactants. See, m plus n are the total number of moles of the product, total number of moles of the product, m as well as n. Here the moles are x as well as y is for reactants. So the difference in between, the difference in between the change in between the number of moles is called as delta n. So m plus n minus x plus y, that is called as delta n. Okay, so if the delta n is 0, then there is no unit at all. There is no unit at all for Kc as well as Kp. But if it is 1, then the moles per liter is the unit for Kc and atmosphere is the unit for Kp. That's all. Okay. See, what is the relation between Kp and Kc? This is the relation, very important relation. It is Kp equals to Kc into RT whole to the power of delta n. It is the main. Sir, can you say the books needed to crack the EAMCET? Yeah, already I have mentioned Devendra Reddy. NCERT books is very benefit for you. For cracking the EAMCET, NCERT books are very easy and very important to you. And if you want to take the multiple choice questions, or if you want to read the multiple, if you want to learn from multiple choice questions, better to take the reference books. Already I have mentioned for physical chemistry, it is OP Tandon. OP Tandon is very benefit for you. And if you want to observe, the Deepthi series is also very important, very easy to you. You can easily crack it. You can easily crack it. Right? And see, do you know chemistry today? Do you know chemistry today, Devendra Reddy? Do you know chemistry today? It is a magazine. Chemistry today is a magazine. So better to subscribe for the magazine also. It is very benefit for you. Magazine. It's a magazine. Chemistry today is a magazine in which the content-wise questions are also will be there. Content-wise questions are also will be there. It is also very benefit for you. And otherwise, please observe all these important sessions. If you read it and if you take the subscription plus subscription, it is very benefit for you. Okay, no doubt about it. There is no necessary to read any textbook. These sessions are very easy and important to you also. So Kp is equal to Kc into RT whole to the power of delta n. See here, if the delta n is equal to 0, the delta n is equal to 0, take a session on D and F blocks. Already I have taken the session on D and F blocks. Okay, D and F blocks. Right, I will take the session. Okay. See, for the delta n is equal to 0, Kp equals to Kc. Kp equals to Kc. If the delta n is positive, then the Kp is greater than. If the delta n is negative, Kp is less than Kc. Okay. Just you have to keep these three relations in your mind. These are very helpful to you by taking by doing the problems. And one more important thing is there, that is, besides Kp and Kc, one more important parameter is there, that is Kx. It may not be available in the textbooks. May not be available in the textbooks. Devendra Reddy, please observe carefully. Along with Kp and Kc, along with Kp and Kc, along with Kp and Kc, there is another relation, another parameter, that is Kx. Okay, what is meant by Kx? A mole fraction equilibrium constant. It is called as mole fraction equilibrium constant. So besides Kp as well as Kc, a mole fraction equilibrium constant is also there. A mole fraction equilibrium constant is also there. What is that? What is that? Kp is equal to, there is a small relation between Kp, Kc as well as Kx. You know very well, Kp means it is the equilibrium constant with respect to pressure. Kc means equilibrium constant with respect to concentration. But Kx means it is an equilibrium constant with respect to mole fraction. I think this particular parameter may not be there in textbooks. They may not be available in textbook. You have to take more concentration on it. Okay. See, Kp is equal to Kx into P to the power of delta n. It is a relation between Kp and Kx. Kp and Kx is the relation. Kp equals to Kx into P to the power of delta n. Right. And the relation between Kc and Kx is also there. Kc equals to Kx into P by RT whole to the power of delta n. P by RT whole to the power of delta n. Okay. And see, the relation between Kp, Kc and Kx is, see, Kp is equal to Kc into RT whole power delta n is equal to Kx into P to the power of delta n. So these relations are very important to you, and this particular relation may not be available in the textbooks. Only by listening this concept or this important slide, then only you will get this concept. Okay, very important relation it is. Kp equals to this relation may not be available in the textbooks. Please listen carefully. Okay, so Kp Kc you know very well. Kp Kc is already there in the textbooks. Every textbook these two are available. These two are Kp and Kc are available. Kp means equilibrium constant with respect to pressure. Kc means equilibrium constant with respect to concentration. But Kx means it is an equilibrium constant with respect to mole fraction. It is very important to you. It is very important to you to remember. Okay, these are all the relations in between all this. And one more important topic that is see here, very important it is. If a reaction is represented by two or more simple reactions, suppose if you take the A gives rise to D. If you take a chemical reaction like A gives rise to D. But this A cannot be produced D in a single step. In first step A produced B, and in the second step B produced C, and in the final step C will produce the D. There are three different types of chemical reactions are going on. For this the equilibrium constant is K1, for this the equilibrium constant K2, and for this the equilibrium constant is K3. And if you want to know the overall equilibrium constant K, then what you need to do, you have to multiply all the all the equilibrium constants of a primary reaction, that is K1 into K2 into K3, like that. Clear? Is it clear or not? If you want to calculate the equilibrium constant, overall equilibrium constant of a reaction like this, if it is in equilibrium, the K is the equilibrium constant. See here, K is equal to K1 into K2 into K3. That is the most important case for us. Okay, right. Up to this, our chemical equilibrium concept is over. Our chemical equilibrium concept is over. Coming to the problematic part. See, what is the problem here? See, a reversible chemical reaction having two reactants in equilibrium. Reversible, two reactants. A is a reactant, B is also the reactant. It is a reversible reaction, C plus D. Okay. If the concentration of the reactants are doubled, then the equilibrium constant will be. Just please guess, anyone? Please opt the correct answer, anyone? Devendra Reddy is there, Usha is there. Please opt the correct answer, anyone? Yeah, a reversible chemical reaction having two reactants in equilibrium. If the concentrations of the reactants are doubled, then the equilibrium constant will be dash. See, normally the concentrations, consider the concentration of A is X, concentration of B is also X. Okay, then suddenly you are increasing the concentration of the reactant is 2X and 2X. Then what is the equilibrium constant K? It is the product concentrations by the reactant concentrations. Okay, then by A, that means X to the power of 2 into X to the power of 2. That means power 2 into 2. 2 into 2, that means 4. It means it will be 1/4. It will be becomes 1/4. It will becomes 1/4. That's all. It is 2 into 2x into 2x like that. 2x into 2x like that. So it will be doubled. 2x into 2x like that. So it will be 1/4. Okay, 2x whole square, 2x whole square like that. 2x into 2x, that is 4. 2x whole square into 2x whole square, that is, it will be doubles like this. So 1/4 will be reduced. And see, coming to the next one, 4 moles of A and 4 moles of B are mixed. 4 moles of A and B are mixed together, and it will produce C and D. 4 moles of A and 4 moles of B. Initially, we are taking 4 moles of A and 4 moles of B. At equilibrium for the reaction this, 2 moles of C and D are formed. 2 moles of C at equilibrium, 2 moles of A and D are formed. 2 moles of A and D are formed. The equilibrium constant for the reaction will be, the equilibrium constant Kc will be, Okay. So once at equilibrium, the 2 moles of C as well as 2 moles of D will be formed, means here it will be reduced to, here also it will be reduced to. So the equilibrium concentration Kc equals to concentration of C into concentration of D by concentration of A into concentration of B. So 2 into 2 by again 2 into 2. That means you will get 1. You will get 1. This is the equation. This is the answer for us. This is the 1 is the answer for us. So likewise, you have to do so many number of problems. Coming to the next problem. See, what is the other problem here? 3 moles of PCl5, 3 moles of PCl3 and 2 moles of Cl2 are taken in a closed vessel. You know the equilibrium equation or reversible equation for PCl5 and PCl3. This is the equilibrium reaction for PCl5 and PCl3. PCl5 reversible gives rise to PCl3 plus Cl2, right? And 3 moles of PCl5, 3 moles of PCl3 and 2 moles of Cl2 are taken in a closed vessel. If at equilibrium, see this is the initial, at equilibrium the vessel has 1.5 moles of PCl5. That means how much it will be reduced? 1.5 will be reduced. 1.5 will be reduced. .5 will be reduced. So once it will be reduced to 1.5, how much amount of PCl3 will be increased? Again 1.5 will be increased. So already 3 is there. So it will be increased to 1.5. It also will be increased to 1.5. So it is 3.5 whereas it is 4.5. So the answer is 4.5. 4.5 is the correct one. Is it clear, Devendra Reddy? Is it clear or not? Yeah, good. Coming to the next one. A plus 3B gives rise to 4C. Starting concentration of A is equal to B. Initial concentration of A is equal to B. Equilibrium concentration of A and C are same. Then Kc equals to how much? This is our reversible gives rise to 4C. Okay. So A is there, 3B is there. The equilibrium, the starting concentration, initial concentration of A is equal to B. It is X, it is also X. You know that it is 0. Yes, 0. At equilibrium, concentration of A is equal to concentration of C. Okay. Suppose if you take it is 1, if you take it is also 1. Okay. See here it is 1 minus X. 1 minus X. It will be reduced 1 minus X. It also been reduced 1 minus 3X. 1 minus 3x will be there. 1 minus 3x will be there. That will be increased here. How much amount of A will be reduced? That much amount of this will be increased. Okay. 1 minus x, 1 minus 3x. It is 4x. It is 4x. It is called as 4x. But at equilibrium, concentration of A as well as C are same. So 1 minus x is equal to 4x. 1 minus x is equal to 4x. That means 4x plus x. That means 5x is equal to 1. So x equals to 1 by 5, you know. X equals to 1 by 5. Okay. So this is the condition for us. 1 minus x is equal to 4x. So x is equal to 1 by 5. X is equal to 1 by 5. So what is the concentration of A here? 1 minus x. 1 minus 1 by 5. 1 minus 1 by 5. So 5 minus 1. 4 by 5 it is. What is the concentration of B? 1 minus 3x it is. So 1 minus 3 by 5. 1 minus 3 by 5. So 5 minus 3. 2 by 5 it is. Okay. And what is the concentration of C? It is 4x. 4 into 1 by 5. So 4 by 5 again. So Kc equals to concentration of C to the power of 4 by concentration of A into concentration of B cube. If you do this, you can easily solve the problem. C means it is 4 by 5 whole to the power of 4. 4 by 5 whole to the power of 4. By A means 4 by 5. B means it is 2 by 5. Whole cube. Whole cube it is. Okay. Likewise, you can easily calculate. So 4 by 5 into 4 by 5 into 4 by 5, that is C. By A means 4 by 5 into B cube. B means it is 2 by 5 into 2 by 5 into 2 by 5. So 1 2 by 5, 1 2 3 4 5s are there. Here 3 5s are there. 3 5s and 3 5s have been cancelled. Okay. So 1 4 by 5, 1 4 by 5 has been cancelled first. So if you choose, if you opt the correct answer, you can easily get it. If you solve this, you will easily get the correct answer, right? Then up to this,